Boy, I'm dope at it, ain't really shit, but they still fiending like coke addicts. So magnet, hoe captive, the whole planet. Won't planet, automatic, it's organic. Control madness, I'm cold savage. Apathetic, nasty kid, make mess in the sandbox. Can't predict the hands will switch. Mexican standoffs, checks with the Hancock. I'm executive man boss, so aggressive I'll eventually wrestle Ken Shamrock. Clovers, yeah, I don't play a lot of poker. Marijuana smoking, but the voice is fresh. They don't wanna know her only sex. I got her open as an oyster stretch. So complex, when I vex, there's no protection. Hope for strep. Blowing tests, I'm sick as a throat infection. That's certain death. Bernadette journeys past orbit threats. Nursing a tourniquet. Her nerves are wrecked. Covering a urine for Percocet. She turns her head. Sees me on a stage between neon and beige. Reaching beyond the page. Keeping peons in place. You know that I got rhymes. You know that I got flow. You could have my heart, but this music's got my soul. Rhythm raise me on up till I reach the sky, till I reach the sky. I'm feeling high, we're headed up. Then the earth abides when you die, when you die. Hip hop. That's double G. Yo, God. And if I tell a lie, may lightning strike me. Fuck.
Getting that ass, Larry.
And if I tell a lie, may lightning strike me down. If I strike a cop, it was from Michael Brown. I'm from the generation with no respect for education. I bet on all this information for every test I've taken. I bet you bet because I'm Asian, I'm hella brainy. Well, you fucking right, I fucking write with the best equation. Fuck you all, I'm the best, stopping that counterfeit. Monster Rest got the win, sounding so ominous. You don't wanna counter this, I'm confident, I'm the man in the crowd, fast, not climb up in. Wanna win? Sorry, chances zero. Swallowing antifreeze, anti-hero like Downey Jr. and De Niro. Plus, I'm one of those sandy Negroes. Whenever we enter the airport, we stay on like, what is we there for? Celebrity level attention while they be patting me down like a scared horse. Oakland voting Bernie Sanders, vote suppression, dirty standards. Guess we dodged the gerrymander, flying Stephen Curry banners. Blue and gold is back and shit. Real warriors and activists, homophobic rapper clicks, overloaded and hacked to bits. It's that Black Pharaoh rap, Jack Kerouac, traveling back to the past. Samurai Jack, valiant, tough as Boris here, mail his tail end of my mic. Corsair to cause warfare and sail into the night. If you think you're so hot, you might get sunburned. New millennial god, spit fire and thunder. Buzzer beating bastard simply seeking reproduction. All I need is a penis and a Prius for me to fucking seize a dozen palaces. Best believe I'm evil cousin, throwing bass drums off the roof like fuck the repercussions. Conquering continents, prowess and prominence, surrounding philosophers, powerless opposites down your esophagus, sound the apocalypse. Found me a rocket shit, I'm calling it Nautilus. Gotta flip the negative to positive like Big Papa did. You know that I got rhymes. You know that I got flow. You could have my heart, but this music's got my soul. Rhythm raise me on up till I reach the sky, till I reach the sky. I'm feeling high, we're headed up. Then the earth abides when you die, when you die. Hip hop. That's double G. Yo, God.
Nothing worse than watching a fucking fat man win. 'Cause I didn't know that.
Welcome to the Bempire. The genius is back with some of the Bay Area's up-and-coming electronic musicians. You just heard First to Cry by Raja, a moniker based on his real name, Raja, which according to his Facebook page, quote, means king in Hindi. Raja emigrated to the Bay Area from India as a toddler, and although he graduated high school early with high honors, he dropped out of college to pursue his dream, rap music. In fact, he even won a couple of rap battles as a teenager. Now, Raja hopes to use his talents to help the community, including people of color. You'll hear a lot of the rapper's tracks from his latest EP, Gas Mask, throughout this episode. A friend of the Bempire, Jose Contreras, recently had a conversation with Raja. Let's hear how he broke into the industry and what his parents thought about his musical aspirations.
How long you been in the game, man? How long you been doing music? I first started rapping over 11 years ago at this point.
Oh shit.
So I started battling when I was just like first starting out high school. Got into a battle with some kids that were like picking on me, and they were into rap at the time too, but I didn't know. So they started dissing me, but it was in rhyme, and I was like, this game I can play.
So wait. It was paint this picture for me. Was it like 8 Mile at the lunch line when he was picking fun of Paul? Look at Paul the fruitcake. He was like, what?
Okay. Listen, there was this kid named Arizona. He was on the football team, but in his off season to have another sport, he would play tennis. So he's on the tennis team, but I was little, right? He was pushing me around and just saying all this shit to me, and eventually, like, we get on these long bus rides, going to tournaments and stuff like that. Him, bunch of other dudes, right? Like, just
you
busting
were teammates on the tennis team?
We were teammates, right?
Okay.
And just like busting on me, and then he starts just like freestyling at me, right? Saying some whack shit, rhyming the same words over and over again. And then all of a sudden he stops. Nobody else saying anything, and it's just like on me now. So like I've been writing poetry since I was a little kid. I love to write, and so I was just like, listen, there's a lot of shit that you are better than me at in this world, Arizona. So I just started like kind of going, put together a few lines, and like that was that.
Do you remember what the first lines were?
They must have been whack. I thought I was so good at freestyle battling, and I see like old videos, and I'm like.
All right, so you said you've been doing poetry since you was a kid. Now, in terms of your breakdown of Indian descent,
Yeah, I'm 100%.
I'm assuming that your parents in rapping may not have the best of relationships, or do they?
No, man. It took a long time. Like my parents and I have had a very tricky relationship, and now we're like at a really good point. We just have been through a lot, as like a family, and so things are different now, and they're like really accepting of it. But it's always been like a taboo, something I wouldn't mention to them. I spent my first 4 or 5 years battling, sneaking out, doing it, not telling them about it.
That's crazy.
That's fucking real, dude.
So how did they feel about you doing poetry initially?
My mom used to run these nonprofit events, and she would like have me write a poem for her, and she knew I would write her a poem every day on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So she knew, and she was cool with that, but it was always supposed to be like a side thing. I mean, they came from India. They never had a world where they knew anybody who came up and did like an artistic thing for a living.
Work.
Exactly. So they knew like what they had to do to get from India to here. And I was born in India too, so there was that extra level of protectiveness, like we coming over here as immigrants and like all that kind of stuff. So I knew what to tell them and what not to tell them.
Yeah. Do they listen to your music?
Now they do, yeah.
For some reason, my gut tells me that a handful of parents initially respond with skepticism when their kids tell them they want to pursue a career in music. But a lot of times they support their kids in all their endeavors. And it's awesome to hear that's what happened with Raja and his parents. Anyway, our next artist's website states that he teaches people how to use Ableton Live in San Francisco. Fun fact, this is the program I used to make music. DJ, play All In by Idea Unsound.
I'm all in, girl, do or die. You say I've never done it like this. You know I'm all in, girl, do or die. You say I've never done it like this.
that was Idea Unsound's All In, probably the most soulful track I've played on Bempire Radio so far. Did you know that Idea Unsound has collaborated with companies such as Nike and the Walt Disney Family Museum? Cool, huh? Back to Raja. Interestingly enough, this wasn't even his original stage name. Let's hear why he changed it to Raja and the situation with his albums.
So I just listened to your latest EP, correct?
Yeah.
Gas Mask.
Yeah.
How many projects in are you at this point?
Man, I am like 2 or 3 that have burned to the ground. And so like I have recorded like a full album in a studio, all that shit back in the day, and just never released it because I didn't own the masters. And so the relationship with them soured because I was supposed to do a project for them that they funded, and it didn't do well. And so
You had a deal?
it was like a operant workaround, like a work trade, you know.
Okay.
But there was no contract work. They weren't ready to release it because they weren't ready to pay money to get it like licensed. It's like a bunch of Bollywood samples and shit like that.
You did a Bollywood album.
So I had, and it never dropped. It never dropped, and it was so different, right? And I worked on it for so long, and everything was like crafted to perfection. This EP that I finally dropped, right?
Yeah.
This is just me and a homie. We would get together, get really high, and we would just record a song, write and record a song right there, one day.
Yeah.
And we did this for 4 years, and at the end of it, we were like, hey, we got an EP.
It took you 4 years to make this.
It's just me every time we hung out together for the last 4 years.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny that you mentioned to get high because a lot of the beats on here are amazing when you're high.
Yeah.
When you hear this rapper, Raja, is Indian, educated at one of the top public universities in the world.
Yeah.
And a rapper, I'm over here thinking, all right. It's gonna be a lot of big words, a lot of Kendrick Lamar shit going on. But then you listen to the music, and right off the bat, the beats captivate you. And captivate you in such a way, like I mentioned to you earlier, most times you get captivated by a beat nowadays, you're thinking, okay, it's gonna be bitches shaking their ass to this one. This one's gonna kill it in the party. This isn't party music necessarily, this is real hip hop shit. First and foremost, in your last projects, Raja wasn't your name.
No, it wasn't at first. No, it was Quail.
Quail with a K.
Yeah, with the Kwail.
When was Quail your very first rap name?
Yeah, that was what I got when the first time that I battled was in Union City.
Aside from India, when you immigrated here, straight to the Bay.
Yeah.
And Union City area?
Newark.
Okay. So Newark started off as Quail, and the motivation was.
And my name means quail song, Kahuk, my real name. Somebody asked me that. Somebody asked, what's your real name? Questioning is, what does that mean? And he's like, all right, you're Quail. We signed you up for this battle now. You know, when I was recording that album with the Indian samples, I was going to call it Raja EP. And someone was like, dude, you need to change your name to that, because Quail is whack. And
I ain't trying to listen to no motherfucking name Quail. Hey, shut up, Quail. You gonna preach to me?
Exactly. So I saw the light on that one.
I like Quail though. That was a cool name.
What? Quail is whack? I actually like that stage name. I think it's awesome. But how about we listen to one of the bangers from his EP, Gas Mask? And this one touches on mental health, which we'll discuss later. Here's Ups and Downs.
Basilisk glare with my eyes open, holding my stares an omen, born to scare opponents. I'm prepared to go in, mind switching on serotonin. My data choking while the air is flowing. I'm crazy and I can't control it, I ain't even trying. Words spoken by the wisest man as he is dying. My teeth are grinding, I'm eager to speak with lines. But you sheep are too peaceful, I'm peachy and need it quiet. We the pilots keep it flies, just made 300 like Leonidas. Rest while the sea beside us. In the morning I'm up roaring, move like a cut story. Ops got guns for me, cops got bus warrants. I don't give a fuck, shorty. Now move along, no time to recoup your thong. Took a super mom to Cougar prom and got my noodle on. I ain't on what you was on, I promise. I say, uncle, I'm tired and I ain't got time to chat, Thomas. Honest, I left my senses and met a goddess, but we were both godless as I undid her bodice. I fucked her into hospice, unconscious to up again. Never stop hustling, it's grease don't do the trick. We put some muscle in, name a piece of trouble I wasn't in. Must love to sin, punishment is these ups and downs. I'm getting tired of these ups and downs. Of these ups and downs. I'm getting tired of the ups and downs. Of the ups and downs. I'm so wild that I'm shutting down. It's like a blackout underground. I just wanna fuck around. Yeah. I just wanna fuck around. It's never the same after the first time that it happens. Passionate rapping, match with the backing band, wrist snapping. Imagine a castle collapsing, building itself back again. Tell me where the music starts and the fabric of magic ends. With the Fabergé egg, and a lack with the suede red, and a fat ass chain, make a rapper play dead. Yeah, boy, you can work them rhymes out, but I swear you need steroids. Get destroyed, lifted from the combat zone and redeployed. I see the coys, easy to tell from the CD voice. Read them as well as a Ouija board. Knuckles wide as the TV noise. Skin brown, I'm an easy choice. Beat with the beat till the beat no more. Peace on peeps cause I feel your soul. Bass in the crowd when we on tour. Speak of the jaw cause he's so raw. Beat star, reach a jaw, leave a job, keep apart. Heat a god, beat Mars, beat them all. Please you wanna wonder how long the neoliberals leave aside. Beat the odds, let's show my people they can be abroad without being treated differently or even seen as odd. Peace to y'all, I'm on fire, going off like a geyser. Fuck a supervisor, took a streetcar called Desire. I'm getting tired of all these ups and downs. I'm getting tired of the ups and downs. Of the ups and downs. I'm so wild that I'm shutting down. It's like a blackout underground. I just wanna fuck around. Yeah. I just wanna fuck around. Yeah. I'm getting tired of the ups and downs.
As a rapper of Indian descent, Raja was often bullied because of his intelligence and his ethnicity, according to his Facebook page. So one of his goals is to debunk racial stereotypes while performing. Allow him to elaborate.
So, man, could you imagine how your parents would have felt if they would have heard the Bollywood one? You think they would have fucked with your rap?
They like it. They liked it.
Oh, they did hear it.
They've heard it. Yeah.
Okay, and did you get your start? You got your start battle rapping?
Yep.
So, you said that you had to quail a lot of people were spinning on that battles.
Yeah.
Now, me being ambiguous looking in the face, if you will.
Yeah.
I tend to have to deal with the same shit that Middle Easterns and Indians deal with in terms of the roasts and whatnot. And that's, of course, the 7-Eleven references, the terrorist references.
Yeah.
When you're in a rap battle, are you thinking similar? Do you already kind of know where they're going with it?
Yeah, I know exactly what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
You know, you have to take it a level deeper, right?
Yeah.
When they're talking about, oh, you're a gas store owner, you know, you got a family business, you know, they like to say all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
What are they really saying? They're trying to identify you as something separate from the crowd, and you'll be like, what are they really saying about me? Are they saying a bunch of racist shit for a mostly white crowd in the Bay Area? And that sounds like kind of like a minstrel show.
Yeah.
Is it you know, how can I break that down and like relate it back to what the hell is going on in the situation?
It kind of forces you to be more creative, but it also, you get to use their momentum.
Yeah, so you can look up my recent battles. People be saying that shit to me, and yeah, like you just gotta flip it. You can say anything, and the crowd is just so anxious to hear you resolve that tension that they'll, yeah, exactly. You just took all the momentum by saying one thing to like flip the perspective on the racist stuff.
I also dare say I experience it myself too, and I'm willing to bet you do too. It also at times can work in your favor when the audience looks nothing like you, because they're gonna listen. Like, yo,
And that's true. The last battle that I was at, the first round, I was against this dude who was pretty good. He won this tournament last month, Contreras without regrets. So he won the previous month, and just, I knew I was gonna be up against him, right? And I just kind of styled out on him. I just was doing bars. I wasn't even dissing him really.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I was just doing it so clean and minimalist that there was no holes to poke in it, right? And so even without kind of dissing him, I just slid through the first round, even though the cat was really good. You know, I was saying some shit like, I could do whatever just to put a show on. I'm a real positive guy. They can't let me proton. And it was like, just like saying shit to make them smile, and it was just clean and minimalist.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, this guy can rap. So
I was checking out your Instagram. It's at
Raja Breaker.
Raja Breaker.
Yeah.
And you recently won one, no?
Yeah, I recently won one of those.
Which tournament?
Twice Without Regrets.
So you did win. Okay.
Yeah, I've won our Return of the Cypher a bunch of times. Like I won Tomcat Challenge back when that shit was around.
Yeah.
I won the fucking Zulu Nation Rock the School Bells battle.
It's refreshing to hear a story like Raja's. I'm still getting my foot in the door of the music industry, and I really hope people can take me seriously, especially since I'm a black man with autism. Now let's hear Raja's next track from his EP.
What do you call us? Well, this piece is called Lick My Love Pump. What do you call us? Well, this piece is called Lick My Love Pump.
Listen or not, I'm running my mouth. They on platforms, but I humble them now. Take your fucking shoes off when you come in my house. Mumbling and drunk and stumbling ain't what I'm about. Despacito, everybody wanna test the hero. Best to zero in on the zest beneath the vest and speedo. Less than we go, estupido. Laying out the chips from my chest and free toes. This little piggy went into the city, spent no more than a 50 for a toe ring the size of Oprah's titties. Hoping it's litty, smoking cigarettes while I'm stroking a kitty. Puss and boots, broken glass, I'm looking through. I look good in suits, why not be barefooted too? Organic and prosthetic, don't worry, look, I get it. You stand well with the head tilt without a foot fetish. I'm beating, not elitist, be leaping since the fetus. Sneaker feelers, never backtrack or be defeated. See, I'm needed where the beat is. Fleeing cops and Nazis with no Adidas. Brother, I'm a puma, run house like a Kuma. To the face of a baby boomer, with no shoes to use for boosters. Who's the rooster, cocking of the bone Medusa? It's the barefoot bastard. Listen to this while you plaster. I don't need no shoes. Fuck, I don't even need you. It's the barefoot bastard. Listen to this while you plaster. I don't need no shoes. Fuck, I don't even need you. Fast, quick, get your ass kicked for practice. On point to handspring to backflip. Ballerina tights, she keep it on her toes. Sad to see you leave, but I love to watch her go. I love the rock and roll, hip hop and soul. Brevity is the soul of wit. She wears short skirts and loafers with no soles in it. So legit, she wouldn't trip in high heels. Is she walking on clouds, pretending she's ideal? Silently gliding the aisle in invisible Nikes. Guided by sight of a smile, misinterpreted likely. Tighter than Rikers Island, Lady Liberty, wifey. Might be a titan of style with no thigh highs by knees. Why we need shoes so shiny from the child of Chinese? We won't win. The journey from pregnant to gurney. May your feet grow wings, turn the surly to Hermes. Oh dag, nearly got captured like Kodak. Go back, fancy footwork, dodge a toe tag. Know that my toes are dug in like old cleats. Do the hokey pokey and pull out like cold feet. Greyhounded, despite dashing charms, I stay grounded. Splinters and blisters, pain where my playground is. Alarms they sounded. Who was the Bay Brown kid that your lady did lay round with? It's the barefoot bastard. Listen to this while you plaster. I don't need no shoes. Fuck, I don't even need you. It's the barefoot bastard. Listen to this while you plaster. I don't need no shoes. Fuck, I don't even need you. But any freezes getting cold in here. Bring your hip hop back to its golden years. Feet getting cold in here. I'm taking hip hop back to its golden years. Feet getting cold in here. I'm taking hip hop back to its golden years. Feet getting cold in here. I'm taking hip hop back to its golden years. Pedal to the metal, I settle a bet with the medalist. Fly close to the sun, but I won't be the son of Daedalus. Nebulous, but my midfoot got rocket thrusters. I catch up with all I mustered. Steel-toed terrorist, obviously lost its luster. Let me kick it off with talk, make 'em walk with us. Stretch the truth by 8 feet like an octopus. Tap dance with binoculars, walk this way to become popular. The footfalls change pitch like Doppler. Gossamer socks, don't need 'em. Your warnings, I won't heed 'em. It's the hedonist with no reason. T-tone the line with flippers, I go deep in. I'm up too, so fuck shoes. I just choose and run through like duck, duck, goose. I do what I want to. Don't mean to sound like Donald Trump playing his own trumpet, but I run shit like I Forrest Gump it. She loves pumps, so I take her shoe shopping after getting my love pump licked.
It's a home. It's very pretty. What do you call us?
Of course, one of the issues us musicians have to worry about is the almighty dollar. So how does Raja make it work? Well, a 9-to-5 job for starters. He'll explain how he's obtained financial stability while doing what he loves.
You're also what not a lot of people may know about you who know that you rap. you also have a regular 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
And I don't want you don't got to put your whole shit out there. I don't want you motherfuckers finding you on LinkedIn and canceling you. But what kind of work do you do aside from hip hop?
I'm like a product manager for like a data and analytics product at a financial services technology company.
And in doing that, that's takes a lot of skill. What are your goals with music? Where do you plan on taking this? How far do you want to go?
Well, man, I dropped out of school to do music.
Hell yeah.
And it was just on rough times. Like you don't realize how much investment music requires, and you having the comfort to be able to invest in yourself just is so important to being able to grow your music career. And like I just got really sick, and my insurance company wasn't sending me the care that I needed for like 3 months, and you just realize in that situation how much having some money saved up makes just a difference. I just had to do whatever it took to get my financial stuff in order, and now that I have that headspace, I can devote it to music. So now it's like joyous, I don't have to be bound to anybody's expectation of what my music is. I can just make it for me, say what the fuck I want to say, not worry about selling any records.
Is it in your plans to take it to where at some point you're on tour and doing festivals and you're worldwide known? Is that...
I think about that stuff, I used to think about that a lot more. For me, it would be way more amazing if my artwork could be a vehicle for like my friends and my community. Like if I was big enough that my friend just has a job doing like some camera work for me, right? If I was big enough that I can involve my friends, get them gigs, that would be amazing. To be able to use my music to make opportunities for the people around me, that is all I can hope for at this point, man. Like you heard that this is Little Brother's song called Life of the Party. Fonte talks all about, like the kind of glory of being one of the rappers that never really makes it. That just does it for the love, and they're able to like put on for their homies and like have some real skills.
Make music for the neighborhood.
Exactly. There's like a lot of stuff. Like the music that I really grew up listening to and loving was like East Coast hip hop, right? Because exactly. So because for them it's all about what's being said, and the beats are beautiful. They're smooth as butter, right? And that's like a prerequisite. But when you come to the responsibility of the rapper, it's all about what's being said. And I get so caught up in writing my lyrics and verses, and it's really because I want those to be the star of the show. I'm okay with fucking rapping too fast or saying the wrong thing, as long as it shocks you, and then you are forced to listen to what is actually being said.
I seen you try to get into that bag. You was trying to speed up the raps a little bit. Okay, all right,
yeah.
That is so altruistic of Raja. The fact that he wants to create opportunities for his friends and give back to the community with his musical talents speaks volumes. There's more of this conversation coming, but let's take a break to hear another talented musician, this one from Chicago. His name, Composed by L. I looked at his Bandcamp page and discovered he recorded an EP dedicated to Martin Luther King Jr. Awesome. Let's listen to one of his other jingles, simply titled Idea 1.
I tell you, folk got saved, folk got, man, this one black guy, this he's still 40. I wish you shut up. You sound like this is a boy. I kept preaching. I said, you shut up, Satan. This Holy Ghost train, baby. The Lord wants to say, let me go to and now you made free from sin and become servants to God. He has been fruit unto what? can't. But the Bible says, Paul, the apostle, he says, let everything be done what? Decently and what? In order. Just like the toilet stool. Come on, say amen. Y'all ain't gonna help me. Amen. How many of y'all love the Lord up in here? Say amen.
You just heard Composed by L's Idea 1. Now back to Raja. He has plenty of influences, especially those immersed in East Coast hip hop. But then we made him choose his preference between two legends. Who'd he pick? Let's find out.
Who are some of your biggest influences?
Big L is the first name that comes to mind.
Ooh, okay, big boys.
Right, so Big L, I really love Fonte from Little Brother. Black Thought, you know, Papoose.
Man, that's it. That fucking. I go back to that Funk Flex freestyle with Black
Yep.
so many times.
Yup. Just to practice some breath control. I like cats like that, you know. They got like a lot of lyrical substance, like the real punchline heavy hitters. A lot of people that came from battle rap, like I like Eminem too, you know.
Yeah.
I like Lil Wayne.
All right, I like to ask this question. When I was growing up, I was more of a Nas fan
I like Nas.
than Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
More of a Nas fan than Jay-Z.
Me too.
As I'm growing older, I've become a little bit more lenient towards the Hove side, just going over the bars and the entendres and all that shit. At this point in your life, who you pick? Who you, Hove or Nas? Who gets it done for you?
Oh, shit, man. Well, Hov is a minimalist, right? And there's a certain kind of beauty in being able to do music that way.
Yeah.
But I gotta give it to Nas, though.
Because of the bar, you love the metaphors.
Because I love the bars, right?
Yeah.
You know, I love the structure. You know, like, the way that he structures songs, he, like, really plays with your expectation. Like, what was it called? You Gave Me Power. Or I Gave You Power, that one, right? Where he goes from the mind of a gun. When he talks about one mic and he has it all structured up to lead up to the hook and he like builds it and accelerates it.
Yeah.
You know, he's giving out like lessons on this is how we write a song. I feel like Nas is a real rapper's rapper, you know, because he like really does stuff so technically that you have to get into it as part of enjoying the music is to understand what the fuck he's doing.
I don't have a favorite musician at all. I just listen to everything. Anyway, this next song from Raja's EP is probably the most interesting out of all the tracks. Here's his collaboration with Professor Tritone and Ramonti, Brain on Music.
Your girl, we shouldn't fuck, right? I mean, like we've been friends. Can I give you a love bite? You know you like to pretend. You uptight. Can I help you loosen up? Grey Goose and such. I can't afford, but I hope this is good enough. Look at us. We came a long way past the chasm of our shoulders. I'm reaching around your spine, heart leaping over boulders. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. When she comes, I need sugar from my neighbor. Let me some. Distill it to 121, plenty rum. I can't compare you to anyone. You in the league of your own. A little princess, love seat is your throne. Smile like that, I can't leave you alone. Cause you know I love you, like VNX love W. Give me a hug, boo. You love to sing tonight, I wanna be sung to. Come through, I come through. I've been on the move, a little bit of a little something new. Cause I got nothing but time to give to you. So what you wanna do, or what you wanna do, so what you wanna do. I've been on the move, a little bit of a little something new. Cause I got nothing but time to give to you. So what you wanna do, or what you wanna do, so what you wanna do. Love your mind, let's not confuse it. This is your brain on music. Found a vibe, let's not lose it. This is your brain on music. Love your mind, let's not confuse it. This is your brain on music. Found a vibe, let's not lose it. This is. You always slinging death threats. Oh please, I know you young and restless. Eyes blue as the seas, here's a pearl necklace. I'm rolling on the floor where you choke with me. Even when you cussing me out, it's pure poetry. Like them hips, you my perfect phenotype. Before we work it out, what you wanna eat tonight? I know you think you're the reason I went vegan. Let me clarify my semen, I only do what I believe in. You sweet demon, fury so hellish, posing as angelic, telling me stories you embellish, pouting your lips, face without a blemish. Don't worry, I'll see the same when we're old relics, artifacts with a heart intact. I know I've been gone, will you pardon that? Cause I'm cleaning up my act like a carbon tax. I ain't an almanac, but I know you want it bad, baby.
I've been on the move, a little bit old, a little something new. Cause I got nothing but time to give to you. So what you wanna do? So what you wanna do? Hey, hey, no, I've been on the move, a little bit old, a little something new. Cause I got nothing but time to give to you. So what you wanna do? So what you wanna do? Hey, hey, hey. Love your mind, let's not confuse it. This is your brain on music. Found the vibe, so let's not lose it. This is your brain on music. Love your mind. This is your brain. This is your brain on. This is your brain on. This is your brain. This is your brain on. This is your brain on. I've been on the move, a little bit old, a little something new. It's a good nothing but time to keep to you. So what you wanna do? So what you wanna do? So what you wanna do?
I've been on the move, a little bit, a little something new. Cause I got nothing but time to give you. So what you wanna do? Or what you wanna do? So what you wanna do?
Cause I got nothing but time to give to you. Hey. Cause I got nothing but time. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, mine. Let's not. This is your brain on music. I found a vibe.
You know I always have my brain on music. It helps me relax at times, but I can get distracted when I'm thinking about in the wrong places. Let's hear Raja talk about his performance style and his feelings about new hip-hop artists.
Other than freestyle, you have your performance.
Yeah.
Your actual songs.
Yeah.
How you like performing?
It's great, man. When you're a battle rapper and you get the chance to go do your written shit, it's so easy, man. I know all the things how you get out there, how you get the crowd's attention immediately, how you get them already clapping for you, how you get them on your side, keep them on your side. If you can't interact with the crowd, you can be the best freestyler on the planet, and you will get rocked every time.
What is your ideal setting of a performance, your situation? Do you like live instrument? What do you like? I love
Oh shit, yeah, live instruments are cool, man. I gotta think about like who are the people that had the biggest impact on me seeing live performances. And so one of them is Jay Electronica. You can see him using very concrete psychological techniques, and he doesn't even play it down. But I've never seen a performer just let the audience wait and have them eating out of their palms at every single instance. Jay Electronica's level of crowd control is, that's what really got me thinking about how do I approach this, because the way you structure all this shit is what makes the biggest difference.
And how often do you pay attention? Are you paying attention to the music, to new music? How often are you involved in hip-hop on your daily basis? Is it every day? Or?
I honestly, every day I listen to the artists that I still just like.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of suspicious of a lot of new stuff. But when people
going on here?
Yeah, exactly. When people show me stuff I like, then I like really like it. Like, like Big Crit. I like Nipsey Hussle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like people who I really see where they're coming from and they're making really good music. And then you become fans of those people, and that's who you follow. But I'm not on the fucking hip hop blog every day trying to find the new shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, right?
I kinda agree with Raja. I like listening to newer music, but I prefer stuff from back in the day. And of course, I listen to the latter on repeat. How about another jingle from Raja's EP? Here's Never Off Time.
I won't leave you tied down. Be real, or it's lights out. I won't ask you why now. Be real, it's what life's about. First off, I'm the realist. Secondly, fuck your feelings. Third, I ain't appealing to your sense of honesty. Honestly, your shit's worth concealing. I must ask, you even try to pass as human when you apply the mask? Behind all that, consuming the soul into hell. What opens the cell, there's even a ghost in the shell. I'm assuming for you it holds true as well. Less your hollow shit, less the hip for the hollow tips. Nose down the barrel just to follow it. I see the whole scene like ecologists. What you call a trick, when even the magicians is playing politics. I'll admit, a white lie might buy slight time, but in hindsight the crime's right and your eyes light to get blind by. By the by, I collide with the lion eyes till my pride's like a firefly in cyanide. Like highlight, I'm bouncing off the walls. Giant sized, for no tail is too tall. Iron sides, at least I got the balls to speak my mind and not give a fuck at all. I'm never off time, I feel the beat like I feel your heat. Be real with me, I don't need your excuses, I don't need pity. Be real with me, be real with me. I got a sack for your boys. These cannabinoids turn a man and his droids into inanimate droids, sad but employed. There's no way to battle the void. You must be lying to yourself, so you'll have to destroy. Don't look inside the reaper's notebook, leave you so shook. Run like a cold brook, soul took, hung on a gold hook. Redemption is an invention of the rich and pretentious to settle intentions. Father forgive the simple sins of the henchman, build a relationship, end it. Pistons release tension, engines and mufflers, drummers and trumpeters, thugs and hustlers, marks and customers. All of us born on earth, separated by subtle hurts. She's stuck in a comforter, that's why I don't fuck with her. 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 I'm never off time, I feel the beat like I feel your heat. Be real with me, I don't need your excuses, I don't need pity. Be real with me, be real with me. I won't leave you tied down. Be real, for it's lights out. I won't ask you why now. Be real, it's what life's about.
In the music industry, it's uber important to have a strong team behind you, and Rajah's no different. In fact, as you'll hear next, the Bempire's founder, Euphoric, is part of that team. Allow Rajah to elaborate.
Okay, well, Mr. Rajah, being that you've been rapping for 11 years
And change.
but you've been performing rapping for how long?
Maybe 7 of those years.
How many groupies you got?
How many?
Have you gotten any? As a rapper, have you gotten anybody came up to you like, ooh, Rajah, I like the way you do that. You want to come back to my place? Has that happened after a show?
Oh shit, man, just the one time. See, I was in this trap group. It was like really weird, like kind of like sexist music. We would play frat houses up and down the fucking coast, just like at our friends' parties and stuff like that. So that was the groupie time of my life. But honestly, when you spend as much time working as rapping as I do, I got one flirting move. It's like, yo, check out my SoundCloud.
Do you have management or anything? Do you have a team?
I'm getting that together right now, man. Like thinking about having a team out, right? Like Euphoric, you know, Katie, she's like definitely someone who's inspired me to go that route. If I have people around you that like believe in you and want to empower that vision. I have my network of people who produce music. I got this friend that is really good with camera work, and he lives in San Jose. And I'm just trying to, you know, find the space and invest in them, and like I'm saying, make the opportunities for a community of artists, you know, and just make my music more about other people as much as possible at every corner, because that's how it's the most fun. You know, that's how it's like gonna be fulfilling in the long run. You're gonna look back at it and be like, not just thinking about yourself locked up in a closet for fucking 20 hours trying to do your own shit. You're gonna be thinking about the experiences you had coming up with that music with your friends, you know?
Yeah. Going back to the EP, who produced? Was it one producer? Or is it...
One producer.
Who?
So his name is Master Double G. I met him through this guy named Visualize the Poet, who we both worked for Hip Hop for Change together. I spit him a verse, and he was just like, all right, we're friends now, because he's like a dope-ass MC. He has more projects out than anybody I know.
Yeah.
And so I met him. He was driving Uber, I think, in the middle of the street. He pulls up by me. He's like, what up? I'm about to go to my friend's house and record. So he introduces me to Master Double G. We started working on music together. We did First to Cry maybe 4 years ago. He was like in love with it. He was like, come back over. And he kept sending me beats, and we just kept working on it. Eventually we recorded a music video for First to Cry. After a few years of that, we're looking back and like we got a decent amount of music to put together in a project.
Yeah. What was your major in Calum too, by the way?
I was a cognitive science major.
Cognitive science, and he was a...
He was chemistry PhD.
Let's take one more break from talking about Raja and feature another local artist, Eki Shola. Per her website, she was born in London and moved to New York as a child, and now she lives in the Golden State. One thing I have in common with her is that we are both keyboardists. And speaking of the keyboard, I'll take a keyboard class in college next semester so I can improve my skills. Here's one of her latest releases, Destination Unknown. For all the 80s lovers, this song made me think of the hit of the same name, Destination Unknown by Missing Persons. Now for the fun stuff. Let's talk about what we've been hearing all this time. Raja's EP, Gas Mask.
how has the EP been received? How well has it been received? Has
It's
it got
good.
a lot of views or?
It's good. I haven't promoted it at all. You know, I didn't put it on any kind of pedestal. I was like, this is going to be the release and this is the last one. And, you know, I just needed to have a place to direct people that already know me. There's folks that listen to me battle and who are my friends who've heard me make music for forever, and they're like, yo, we want some shit that we can bump in the car.
Yeah.
And there's a few tracks on there, like Ups and Downs. You know, I've had friends being like, listen, I need to just have that because it makes me feel good. And I'm like, well, I should just fucking drop it.
Can you give me a top 2 to 3 favorite tracks on your EP?
On the EP, First to Cry has got so much energy. I was diagnosed with bipolar when I was in high school, and then like undiagnosed with it, re-diagnosed with it, undiagnosed with it, whatever. I see the symptoms in my life, and it's a part of the way that I think about my relationships with other people. And so when I had the experience of telling people about that, and then all of a sudden these people like I thought were my friends, ghosts, you know what I mean? And so Ups and Downs was really me talking about like, I'm tired of always being on a different level. Like, I'm tired of just being way too fucking there, way too energetic, or I'm tired of just like feeling completely compressed and shit like that. And so that song is really supposed to be about the transition of energy levels.
So those are your top 2, Ups and Downs and First to Cry?
And then there's one called Ballad of Jebediah. That's probably the one that I worked on the hardest, right? Everything is like perfectly detailed to the multi-syllabic rhymes. And so like the whole thing is about a story that I heard from a homeless man when I was overnight essentially at a psych ward.
Oh, and where can you find out more about Raja?
Where can the people find you at, man? Do you have anything up and coming that you want us to know about?
Yeah, shit, man. So Instagram.com/RajawBreaker,
Yeah.
RAWJW Breaker. I'm on SoundCloud, RAWJWKAY. Got my Bandcamp. If you just look up Raja.bandcamp. I'm on YouTube. So my upcoming plans, I'm gonna drop so much music. I've recorded, I realized, over 4 hours of music in my life.
Yeah.
Just gonna try to polish that up, drop as much of it as fast as possible. So look forward to all that shit. And I'm gonna get together with some friends and make some YouTube content, you know, like film myself just spitting freestyles over like whatever the hottest beats are right now, just making some content, freestyling about video games, whatever the fuck will get me some views, you know, just putting together some video content on my YouTube.
Create. That's
Exactly.
Hey, we're gonna make sure we get some people to pay the fuck attention to this. All right, this is Bempire Radio. Jose Contreras, JC like Jesus, with Raja over here.
Yo, peace out, Bempire.
It's refreshing to hear from an artist who channels his life into his music. A big thank you to Raja for sharing his talents and knowledge with us. The interview was conducted by Jose Contreras and edited by Emma Burlingame. The music you heard in the background comes from PM Shift, Birthday, and Toaster. This podcast was produced, narrated, and edited by me, JP Genius. We're going to close it out with one more track from Raja's EP, titled The Ballad of Jebediah. Until next time.
His daddy was a pastor, named him Jebediah, getting tried in a 3-strike state with 11 priors. Even at a glance, evidence was avalanche. As a man of color, Jeb didn't stand a chance. Sadness overcame him, he hung his head crumpling. Knew he'd never see his son in the sun again, wondering what it was he could have done. Remembering when had his book begun.
He was caught shoplifting when he turned 15. Too broke to gift rings to his girl Christine. His first crime, he served time at county jail. Tried as a dope result, he fell bound to fail. Next he stole at 19, it was out of need. Surviving alone, unclothed, robbed the dry clean. Time he left prison, he was gang debt ridden. Pound of flesh bitten by hounds like excisions. Next mission, push pills to depressed women. To get victims' trust, Jeb had sex with him. So he met a cute hooker in the back street. Smooth Jeb, he took her to his back seat. Little did he know the pretty hoe was an undercover. Plus motherfucker was busted for drugs he cut her. Courts in session to prosecutor at the hearing. 2 counts possession, prostitution, racketeering. Openly admitted 4 years was appropriate. Offered lower sentence to fork over associates. Course Jeb didn't snitch over no opiates. Out again at 41, cold and felonious. When he left his ex-son, she was pregnant. didn't let their son visit prison even once. Her new man used hand on his stepson. Absent, father resentment pent up. Jeb loved his son, no matter the consequence, was a free man, but didn't have the confidence to support fam. Like the back of an ottoman, not acting a dad. He'd rather be gone again, so he packed up, headed out, never settled down. Slanging from the Greyhound, he rode to get around. Federalists caught him, Colorado, couple weed tickets. Caught up again to Austin, locked for a sweet minute. Went to sleep in the cell, woke up wishing death. Was released on bail, forced to live instead. To his surprise and delight, it was his son, saying,
I bailed you out, daddy, you owe me one. We hit in the liquor store, will you stand guard?
Jeb looked his son in the eyes, shook his hand hard. A group of four burst through the liquor store door. Ski mask on, Jeb outside for support. Son pressed the gun to the cashier's cheek.
Give me all the money that you have here, please.
Cash in hand, Jeb's son smiled finally, licking his lips, eyes flashing violently.
Know what?
The son bristled,
This is too hard earned.
cocked his head and pistol shot both of his partners. Son left the place as Jeb gazed inside stunned. Cops found Jeb standing with the smoking gun.
His daddy was a pastor, named him Jebediah, getting tried in a 3-strike state with 11 priors. Even at a glance, evidence was avalanche. As a man of color, Jeb didn't stand a chance. Sadness overcame him as he hung his head crumpling. Knew he'd never see his son in the sun again. Wondering why it was he felt innocent, remembering the many years he spent prison in.